Well, we're back at it. You know what we're doing today? We are going to hang out at my local dealership because they got the Suzuki test ride truck visiting in town. And they only come about once a year, so I'm gonna go ride something I haven't ridden before. I'm gonna check out an SV650 because I've ridden all the other stuff that they've had out for years and I haven't ever ridden one of those. Assuming I can get my hands on one. We'll see how busy it is at this place. So that's the goal, ride an SV650, and then if there's room for more, I'll hop on something else. First you gotta get there, down the best highways in the country for dying. SV650 right there. Man, they're narrow. Looks like a fun bike. Let's go find out. So I've ridden the 8S. Some of you probably saw that, but they got the V-Strom here. Might have to check that out. Looks cool. Look at that fire red orange. There's the new GX model. That thing looks sick. Classic sport bikes. Oh, my dream bikes. Next bike's gonna be a 1000cc super bike like that before they stop making them. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try and grab this guy. Or this guy. Any of these guys look cool. Let's go find out how much it costs to get in. Just joke's on me, it's free. Alright, boys. We got the safety speech. And I did nab an SV650 for my first ride, which is cool because they booked up quick. So here we go. The little SV. Oh, it's so tiny. Goodness, this thing feels nimble. Let's see. Got a check engine. Nah, that's fine. I'm in neutral. Ah. Very nice. Ooh. This thing has the most narrow handlebars. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm riding like this. Sounds pretty cool. 500 miles on this thing. Well, let's see what the test ride brings today. I don't think we're going to get on the highway. We normally never do. But yeah, this is Plano, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Vespa, Aprilia. They sell everything. Got a pretty big used selection too. But they're probably the best dealership in the area because they're always putting on events. I got a free hot dog. Very nice. Part of my brain that would love a 400 size bike, maybe for a secondary track toy or something fun, also thinks something like this would be good because it's not quite as small as a 400. Alright. My mirrors are not set right, I can't see anything. Let's fix that real quick. Maybe it'll give me some room. Dodge some potholes. Some guy had a modified SV650, probably the one I parked next to. He went by, had a nice little exhaust on it. Sounded pretty good. These little V-twins are pretty thumpy little motors. Seat's super duper comfortable. I'm gonna get back on the MT, and even with the comfort seat, it's still a little firm. It's such a short burst, but it feels like it's got some pull to it. Definitely doesn't feel slow. It feels like it's just about to start building, and then I have to kind of kill it because this route we're on is a bit slow. First gear, for some reason, feels like it's slower than second, though. First gear seems like it's got less torque. I don't know. It's probably a tuning thing. Second gear pulls a lot harder. Someone in the comments can explain to me if that's just a tune. I'm not sure if this bike qualifies for some of the older Euro emissions or if it has to still meet the latest. I would doubt it's got to meet the latest. It's an old design. This thing's got a nice clicky shifter. Man, why can't I just have like 15 bikes in the garage? Why can't it just be nothing but bikes in the garage? I'm gonna put it in 6th. Oh, it doesn't like that. It does not want to be in 6th gear right now. 4th gear. Sounds intake noise. You hear that? It's got a good sounding intake. For a little 650 and 4th at 50 miles an hour, it doesn't have, like, it's got enough to get around some cars if you needed to. It's not bad. It's very smooth, considering it's a V-twin. I thought it would be a little rumbly, but it's very smooth. I don't feel a whole lot of vibrations in the handlebars, at least at the speeds we've gone. Kind of like to ride it longer. I'd love to do a highway run just to feel what this thing's got for normal riding, not just this slow-paced city ride. Yeah, the handlebars. It's crazy how narrow this bike is. Well, benefit of being behind this guy is I get to get a little bit of throttle action going right into the cop's view. Very intake focused sound coming out of this thing. Probably doesn't come through on camera, but it's kind of like the MT10 was stock. All you could hear was intake. I can barely hear the little muffler coming out of this. Curious if anybody watching this happens to have an SV650 any year. I don't think they're really different nowadays versus, you know, 10-15 years ago. What do owners of this bike find lacking? I'm curious because I haven't had a bike. My first bike was a good deal slower than this, but I haven't had a bike in this power range in a long time, and I'm forgetful of the things that bothered me about it back then. I feel like this has plenty of power to get up and go on any highway. Especially after the 6,000 RPM range, it really wakes up. Maybe that's why second gear felt a little better, because I was already up there. Yeah, tell me what you guys that own this bike, like if you've had it for a few years and you're thinking about getting a bigger bike, what is it, just the power? Have you ever brought it on track? I know a lot of people race these. They strip them down and they make them race bikes. I've contemplated doing that. Just a small ride, short little ride on a tiny little SV650. Thank you, little SV650. I like you. Let's get in front of all these people and see if I can sign up for something else. Look at them all staring at the bike that they just rode. They don't know If you sneak up, you can get in front of everybody else that wants to ride more shit. Back in a flash. Alright boys, maybe next time. Suzuki does some weird stuff. They break for lunch, they won't let you sign up for 2 bikes at a time. Bunch of nonsense. Cowie comes here, I can ride like 10 bikes that day. Suzuki comes, I barely ever get one. But hey, I got the one. Bike feels so good when it's almost empty. It's so much lighter. I'd say SV650 was about what I expected, and I'm not upset that I rode it. It was pretty cool. Definitely a cool bike. I hope they keep making it. I don't think anybody else makes a V-twin 650 anymore, so unique, neat little bike. If you got one, congrats, it's a sweet ride.